You're such a fucking drop shot. You're such a fucking drop shot. Dude, this guy's fucking drop shotting everyone.
All friendlies have been eliminated. Secure the room. We need to protect the biohazard container. Op 4 located the biohazard container. Seconds left. Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
If I fucking, oh my god!
Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. Intervene immediately. Biohazard container.
I can't believe.
Take out the
No.
buzzer. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
What a dude named Leo. Who has
just say the word, but I do listen whenever you guys have something to say. I got a lot of requests for this movie right here, which has actually been on my watch list for the longest time, and once I heard that this thing was getting a sequel, that it got greenlit, I was on it. Turns out there's an entire animated prequel to this movie as well called Soul Station, which I also thought was pretty good, but when it comes to one of the highest grossing Korean blockbusters, Train to Busan is a capital price for me. Let me explain. So the movie starts off by showing you a guy run over here who then comes back to life, so, nothing too weird. We then meet a fund manager who's such a workaholic, I'm surprised he even remembers his daughter's name. He's buying her Wii's that she already has, always choosing work over her, and even though this girl's been rehearsing the song for weeks for her recital, my man doesn't show up, and thus she just goes completely blank. For her birthday, however, he decides to take her to visit her mom, and they take, of course, the train to Busan. As soon as they walk on, a random girl with rabies rushes on, which is like, bro, is you not paying attention? Like, y'all know it's rude to go out in public if you have woman mouth. If you're sniffling in the theater, again, also rude. But carrying a zombie virus out in public? you're disrespectful. This girl starts to run and bites the stewardess who was facing the other way. Never face the other way. And even though these guys are baseball players, they must have a 124 baseball average because they swing and miss to the point that the entirety of this train becomes an old country buffet. These zombies are rushing like Beaver fans trying to score tickets. Obviously everyone's running as fast as they can to the point that the main character shuts the door on a pregnant couple. And then they just open it. Turns out these zombies only move towards what they can see or hear. There's no real sense of smell, and even if you dim the lights just a little bit, all of a sudden they go blind. And I also love how they kind of switch it up where the first chick had enough time to get on the train, chill for a little bit before she turned, and now everyone just turns faster than a dude watching Queer Eye. At first I thought that the cause of it was the government, since it seemed like there were some that were being dropped, but it turns out that that was just zombies on top of the helicopters falling off. But I don't know if they'll make it more clear in the sequel, but they do hint at the fact that there's a virus that leaks because of one of the plants that we saw earlier in the movie. And the fact that the main character pulls his shares from that company, in a sense, kind of feels vicariously responsible for what happened, like he's the reason why it instigated it, kind of like an allegory for how most business people who make selfish decisions end up affecting everyone else around them, all the normal people, and sometimes it comes back to bite them in the butt. They soon stop at a train station that's overrun by zombies, so they all have to run back to the train, but there's this one guy who thinks he's as rich as Elon Musk, and he wants to leave everyone out there because these people are turning into zombie fidget spinners, so everyone gets separated. You got the main dude from his daughter separated, these elderly sisters separated, baseball boy and baseball girl separated, and then the soon-to-be dad who watched some Game of Thrones and play some real-life D&D picks up a sword and a shield and just gets to work. Now you got these guys who end up in car 9, right, who are wanting to get to car 13 because that's where their loved ones are at, and then everybody else is just in car 15. So they start prepping it. Oh my goodness.
Last operator standing.
I've been saying this, right? That in
One
the
friendly
apocalypse,
operator
you
remaining.
can't wear short sleeves. You need that Yu-Gi-Oh armor thing. You gotta stock up on those Voltron sleeves. Everyone gets bit in the forearm. They listen. They're able to rescue them by not silencing their cell phones, but then this dude, right as they're about to get out of it, crushes it. They eventually make it to car 15, but everyone there is playing Snowpiercer and they just don't want to let them in, which, numbnuts. Forget the morality of it, right, of letting another human being die. You're going to lock them out, knowing that they're clearly going to break the glass, and because of their ignorance, my man dies. This man even pulled a hoarder in order to give them more time. That's why when the main dude gets to car 15, he starts beating up the businessman, which I thought was pretty clever. Technically, he's kind of beating the kind of person he could have become. He's fighting it off. I would have hit him with 5 Conor McGregors. But to continue the stupidity of car 15, they decide to kick out everyone who just made it there, the main crew, to the next car. The one that's farther away from the zombies, as they remain in that car. That's why this elderly lady releases them, since she's so mad that they let her sister die. And
Well, well, well. How the turntables.
they get feasted on like it's a damn golden corral and they all just completely die. But when they arrive to the next station, it turns out that they're gonna have to switch trains because of a collision, and somehow this dude is still alive. He ends up ruining it for the baseball couple who Romeo and Juliet it, somehow finds a way to even kill the damn conductor in order to hop onto the new train to Busan. And as the remaining 3 struggle to hop on the train, of course, even in death, this mofo finds a way to ruin things and bites the dad who now has to sacrifice himself for his daughter to live. And this girl kills her performance. The girl and the mom finally arrive to Busan and are walking down a tunnel when a group of soldiers standing guard notice them and they think they're zombies. I started freaking out because all I'm thinking about is that they're about to pull a Night of the Living Dead and shoot them right before they're about to make it, when she starts singing the song that was meant for her father, but as a tribute. And it literally saves their lives. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts on it. I love this movie. I should have never held back on it. I wish I would have seen it in theaters. This is one of those that I wish I would have seen in theaters to truly experience that combo price. But I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. They have a remake called 19 Busan, which I don't get the point of that. This one works because they're out there speaking the language. An American remake makes no sense, but there is going to be the next one that's coming up, and where I believe it's going to take place like all around. I think it's called Badno, which translates to Peninsula. So I'm more curious for the sequel. For those of you who haven't seen the prequel, it's animated. Definitely check that out. But you guys recommended a good one for this one, so send me more of your recommendations. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll get you tickets to the 310 too.
Controlled area. Leave now. You'll be detected if you remain in this area. Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
I just accidentally killed them all.